Tak to funguje, no a mastodont! Jak si ťapká zas, kamo, to je 1:1, on chodí furt stejně, vole. No nic, oni jsou usaďte, Alešek zapojuje webku. Vítám vás u absolutní Cinemy, poprvé mini IGL s Kamikem, minus Robí, bohužel nebude Indiánek. Volně se usaďte.
Počkej, zapínám Discord.
Zapínej Discord. Podle mě je nejdůležitějších zápasů chat, protože jsme si udělat dvoma týmama potom, nebo takhle. Koji jsou 100%, vole, že budou potom to bude, kamo, strašně vyrovnaný, vole, pro ně každý jako zápas, vole, je klíčový. Až na zápas proti Koji, vole, to si budu tady pískat jen.
Volám.
Vteřinku, kámo, po pistolkách. Bohužel klik vysral. A, Minny! Minny se plazí. BOOM! BOOM! Co je? Co je, mimočky, vole? Pozor na to, vole. Vej sračky, vole, posraný. Hej, z první kolo bejku. A Jill Viper, pojď bejku. 4 killy, vole, co je? Tačku, kámo, tady ještě vaříme, vole. Čemu nám nadá? Třetí kolo po sobě, vole. A to plně nekolnul, vole, mi tuhle ten stačil, on tady má dost práce sám, vole, na Ačku. To bylo z jeho iniciativy, ne, vole? Tam vyletě tak paprika doupnu. To je škoda. Ty vole, agresivní hrozně je kam Patrik Hušek, ale on je ten útočník, kámo, fotbalovej, vole.
Jaký damage jsi mohl udělat?
Ten klik je dobrý. Je dobrý, vole. Ale mohl být lepší, kámo. Ale Kamik většinou než Robí, takže dobrý, kámo. Ale nebude dělat Indiánka, takže to zase je minus. Dobrý ranket, kámo, tohle.
Jaký damage?
To je škoda.
Ještě jednoho urvej do píče, skáče.
Hezký animace, no asi, vole. To prostě... Goated skin. Počkej, jako Netflix tady, vole. Netflix! My se produkovali Ačko, no. Timing na Nacovi. Ono nahitovalo jenom toho Nace. Nice. Klid, ještě ne. Ještě neoslavojem. Ale budem slavit, kámo, ale ještě mu nechám pár pokusů, vole. To je škoda, šlamik. Mini kolem světa byl, vole.
Kill má confidence.
Red click zajímavý. Ty vole, Joru ultina. Co? My ultíme s klasikama?
A my jsme zaultili za naše?
My jsme zaultili nic?
No, my jsme zaultili naše hráče, jako.
My máme špatný plant. Ty to defuznou. Jako. Mini dal 4. Nic, tohle je kolo, co bych mohl... A tak ne. To je moje ultina, dal obráceně, ale...
A my máme.
Ale dal jí obráceně, kámo. Podle mě lepší dát jako to a fullit ten výběh, že jo? Ale já tam nesedím, vole. 0,5, pojď bejku. 0,6 bejku. Župan, seriál, co dělá, vole? Cítí píčo, vole. Angle úplně, vole. Ale jsme vystavený bomby,
No, já mám slovaný, no.
Taky přesvícenej, ty Magvera. Pojď, Alešek.
Přesvícenej?
Jedničku, jestli Alešek v pohodě. Jsme za čepičku, vole.
Kámo, já jsem si dal kondicionér včera na vlasy. A já jsem to zapomněl. Já jsem si neměl na hlavu, že jsem spát a ty vlasy vypadají hovno.
A to nějaký bílej.
Píčo, tak je to snížím smrdí.
A co to svítí?
Ring light, no, jak jsme
Co to bude ring light? Musí ho dej trochu žlutej, kámo.
Počkej. Jesus, change the color.
Já jsem tě zapl dvakrát.
Je žlutý.
Čtyřikrát.
Co děláš, kámo?
Klačuješ, kámo.
Prohráli jsme kolo.
Nice, do pusinky mu to dej. A kde máme smouček?
Refrag, dobrý.
A kde máme smouček, Aleši?
Kejko, chlapi, to je kejko.
Proč nebyl smouček? Neměli jako to cooldown, jo? Kámo, tak tohle ten klač, ten už jsem viděl hodněkrát. Port na heaven, rychle, běku. Vaš, ty. Ne. Buď agresivní, kámo, ať se tradenou na tobě. Není, musíme ho dělat my. So this time they want a more direct approach. Still, there's a bit of a stagger and a rotation as a result. Kiko's going to be here, but kámo, ten nice, dobrý trade konečně, vole. A jako ceníme ten klik, aspoň co dělá. Ty pičo, jako ustlal, ne? Ty vole, kurva, už! Je cheater kod 1, na Jurově druhý, kámo. Jo, ty přesně myslí, že jsou Karmín Corp? Minny už ty hry hrál.
Myslím, že to mě neví, nebo co, kámo.
No, nevím. A mě nevolben, kámo. Ne, kámo, cheaterko pojebaní. Když kouká na koj. Ne, kliku ne. Jo! Co? Kámo, oni jsou ale najetí, ty Liquid. Ten Kiko, kámo, má furt formu jak na kickoffu, ale... Nice! Kámo, naklonujte Minnyho tam 5krát, vole. A vyhráváme, vole. Himself, like, can I do this? Can I put the world on my back? And to be honest, in the rounds they've won, he has been a bit of a hero for them. This is so risky. 45 HP. Nice. It needed to be an instant headshot.
Oh, nice.
Klik to kliká masově.
A little bit quiet thus far, but they can get the last.
Nejhorší je, že jakoby mají atak komp, no ty Liquid do piči. Jakoby do 7-5 exů.
Like I said, Team Liquid will feel comfortable with a cushion like this moving into the next half, but Mates,
sedni si, vole. Byl z těch Liquid, kámo. Shorty prostě. A kde má nějaký flash třeba jako na ten sečel dovnitř?
Nevím. Tady paranoju měli piči všechno.
Team Liquid still keeping presence. There was a chance here the Kiko was on the rotate, but he's going to be ready for a second run on this operator. Whether they place
Bridge odhodí, než umřeš, ty kokot. Nice. To ti jebe, ne? Double damage, kámo.
As said, I think they're better on attack. But what more can you realistically want? Already, I think that was a nasty.
Vypadá jako read, kámo, dobrý nějaký tohle. A má Europort dozadu. Počkej.
He's already passed the stun. I mean, they both are. They're so close, ready for the fight. But
nice šlik.
Are the ones finding the kills?
Důležitý pistolky, já to
was able to walk down this.
Je tady na sebe dva, kamo.
Spolu!
My
jsme furt spolu. Jsem dělal kadavra. Je dobrý, vole, to je jeho teammate na tyrante.
Spike is at least under their control. We still have
nice.
The Prowler to work with. 50 seconds on the clock. For Patatek. It's a combination of wanting to keep.
To je hnusný split bez sentinel na defendu, kámo. Má to prostě kolik anglů je jako gambička.
A big risk. They'll have to win their ones.
spolu.
Nice.
Nice! To je obvious, je tady už, ne? Nice! Jak střílí! Jak střílí, ty kokot, jak se hejbe. Je do prdele.
Mi napsal AM just better. Já jsem mu napsal teda oficiálu, ale...
Ani jsem moc dobrý duo, kámo.
Kámo, ale do piče.
Nerozumím, teďko to jsem jakoby witnessnul. Co jsem to witnessnul, kámo?
Everybody's in danger. Those light shields might as well not be there. And so, it's Minny.
Co jsem to witnessnul, kámo, jedním okem jenom.
The thing is, these steps will definitely be heard. That's why the pace has been picked up from Liquid. They will get into a post plant. That's gonna. Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay. I did not expect it to be
Minny.
This is a 2v2. This round really should have been over, but somehow now we've got some weaponry retrieved. That same sniper that dealt death in the last.
Smoke a molotov, to je docela dobrý, vole. Vas. Molík do backsitu nebo do CT, aspoň prosím. On je o tolik lepší, kámo. Kámo. Ten dostane pick-up někam dál, ti říkám, vole.
Found for free, yeah.
This feels like I've never seen this many stingers in our region. It's not.
Jako ty stingy budou bolet jak piča.
Konečně se lidi to, vole, inspirovali trochu G2, vole.
Já byl radši, kdyby to nedělal.
Byli jaký slečli velký. Počkej, jak to je losing zas?
Manager, čo?
Ale plant v kundě, vole. Tak toto. Tak toto. Smoke třeba ještě nechtěl hodit, než umře, nebo něco. Ty vole, to je těžký nasledování, ale škoda budu lhat. Mini 8, no. Joj. Jestli umře tu raketu, ten kamik. Co ti, bo on zabije, když máš 40 životů.
Prosím, teďka kamika má tam timing jak pít.
Kámo, umřel mu týmek na sajtu, umřel mu týmek na schodech. Co ti je? Kámo, můžou týpci naleštit si ty příbory trochu, vole. I oni se nebrání tomu vůbec.
It's left Zipan in a space where he cannot even save this weapon without a serious fight, and Patatek
low fight in B main, he's dead.
And this round starts with A aggression, a prowler going through, you're leaving.
Tak na tohle jsme trénovali s Minim, no. Na rankedech.
Go back a little bit later on. They want to fake out the A presence, and instead it works out as a
vzít to do vlastních rukou.
on B because they get this opening pick that creates a vacuum that Gentle Mates have to fill in. They don't have the info, and they're ready for a push to come out any second now. But instead, that pre-placed wall can now be used towards the A site.
A ještě...
They are full committed. Other than I mentioned,
Buky. Pojď.
Probably be the greatest Bucky play we've ever seen. Now, luckily, he's not been hit by the
Boom!
First kill goes his way.
Fortnite. Fortnite.
Looking for a little more. Almost gets the second.
Škoda, že jde daleko od nich, no.
It is, but
nice tries don't win anything.
Exactly. They need more in this round, Tom. More than just a glimmer of hope. They need those flames to be fanned, and I don't see anyone to do it. It's a sheriff and a rifle picked up by Click, 2 away from the ult. But 4 players to find. He may need that showstopper.
Viděli ho, kámo.
This show will be over before they want it to be. Just 6 rounds on the board for Gentle Mates, and nothing is going to change here with Team Liquid pushing up to 12. They start. Yeah, but that's the guy.
Ten Bristol je dobrý, kam se tam drží, vole. Tam musí někdo zahrát. Už není dobrý, no.
Maybe that'll happen eventually. It's already gone horribly. Shooting the clone, trades out.
Já nevládzem.
Marcada was trying to potentially teleport in. He's not going to get there in time.
Jak vlastně nemá Minny co dělat, to je prostě individuální a všechno, vole, od těch zbylejch tam, no. Každý jeden z nich underperformuje.
They're looking for a hero again. I look to this man.
Snake bites landed at least, but look how many players are there, ready and waiting.
Nevadí, liquid pick. Liquid pick. We call this liquid pick. Co máme my? My máme stůl, ale my máme všechno.
Nemáme nic.
A hoďme to. Smoke Heaven. Do piči, dělej něco s tím Omenem. A ten Omen nic nedělá. Od něho smokne Heaven. Proč smokláš teď? Ty vole, to je něco příšernýho. Kámo, můžou neplentit na netaknutým sajtu. Asi Minny to nemůže se povládat, jak je na midu, kámo. To je prostě na nich, to tady oni vymyslí, vole.
Dobré.
Co ti je Beník? Jak žije? Kamo, revinutý týpek je těžký zabít, prej. Co ti jebe?
The spike has to go down on A at this point. There's no time to turn tail.
Toho napadne, že Andr, ne?
Reposition down below. It's a gamble from Minny as to where he could be, and Minny wins. The Red Bull clutch for him.
Not on the Viper, so it'll be the neural theft that he's almost farmed up.
Oh, this push down by Camo is risky. The head spotted and connected. Get right out. That's a nice start.
Jo, Vašek, jako funguje mu ten no-skin zatím. Je to paráda, ale je to cinema u toho klika koukat na no-skin gameplay. Ta zbraň? To vidět, ne? Ale shitty redna, vole, já se zasedu. Díra ve smoku. A to bylo schválně, vole. Ty vole, kurva. A to píchne, kámo. Tady je to všechno, aspoň, vole. A tohle je tak živa, tuhle tabulka, to nesmí nikdy změnit, kámo.
Ale dobrá, no.
Ale vím se pro, kámo. Ty ultiny, jak svítí, jsou goofy, no. Kamik si koupil šerifa místo vrtačky. Prostě kam je nekoupí vrtačku, když je ten, co chodí tradovat cestou Neon. Bych si myslí, že je him? Kámo. A ty liquid ani jakože... Píča, nevím, no.
Tada nemá nic. A klasik.
Dostane wallbang?
Neměl by.
1,5 KD bych rád zmínil, dám mu tělíčko.
Bohužel. Počí Minny.
Minny dal svýho důležitýho. Zedlo má kamerku nebo one way. One way.
Kata hraje první.
Už je tam one way.
Pora.
Easy.
Smoke down, he knows the defuse can't be
had before it is found. Unfortunately, just listen to how quickly the ticks are coming in on that spike. Paddy looking for a little bit more and he'll find it. Dualisticky a buď tohleto, kde to je full support a jakoby solo entry. A nebo prostě, kamo, tam chodí jak skupinka a ten blíž nedrží utilitu, ale prostě jde střílet, vole, tradovat.
Ne, píčo, zabili jsme 2, proč to píkuješ?
Removing the smokes for this side.
Píčo, ať už je venku ten kokos toho týmu.
really going to struggle to find map control now. Look at the push down from Team Liquid too. They're going to recover a rifle onto Nats, another for Camo, even if those blades run dry and don't find their mark. And there's the info. With all these ultimates online, they're being used well. And this Rolling Thunder, though it gives them a bit of mental security to cross Garage and move to the site, it doesn't land on anyone. There's nothing they can follow up with, and the advantages still need to be found elsewhere. Serial in big danger, not expecting that deep push.
Pozor, uteč, nice, do piče. Kamek není pičeviny, nice shot, dobrý confident.
Early starts.
Nice shot, prvé expected ten bait. Ale počkej, tohle by se mohli expectit.
Ale jsem se nejdu na to umřel, vole.
No, bohužel, ale...
To bych si třískl, kámo. Kolik je ulto? Jenom jednoho. Dobrý trade, kámo, Kamik. 1-6 mimochodem. Ty zmrde.
The drones even spotted him, so right away there's no surprise anymore.
Chceme udělat ten aftershock třeba?
Exactly where he is.
Nechce tam udělat aftershock, nechá si ho, kámo, do příštího kola. Jo, on může CT radši. Co to je, ty smrde! Mám piči nějaký orby, kámo, co to je jako?
Ne, tady nemáš žádné orby jako vůbec.
Aha, on má maršalku, ale hraje stun. Nebaví. Já tím hrám asi už nerozumím.
Konečně vidět tohle, no, ale tam je...
Mě za mnou se by je to vyšoustalo.
Ty zmrde, co tu sedíš, kámo.
To je Getrex.
Odsedni si hned teď, dobrý. Ona je nadešuje.
Dobrý stun.
Pozor, ale pozor, pořád to je bak. Nice, piče. Nuts. A teď klik, ať si jde dopředu, jo, běž. Confidence.
Outlaw, ať mají nervy, kámo. Oba útočníků nebo obránců, útočníků víc.
Holně pixels. No, počkej.
Kamik zase je blej, vole.
A proč tam běží jen tak? Dává prefery ten kokot.
Tak na to je zvyklý, že jo?
Kamo, on misklikl. On misklikl. Jdeme se to dělat strašně rychle. My dáme nic na stop.
Špatný plen, no jakože plen není zablentý na long, takže musí tam. Máme breach ultinu kvůli těm overpushům CTčka konečně. Dělej už, ale ty neskupeš s tím v ruce, ty debile. On to svýho i.
Prosím,
Mini na mini anglu.
A to je jeho angle.
Jo. Já mu ho kradu furt.
Don't do anything, okay, kurva?
He's either got to get enough kills that he's close to his ult, or he's got to basically win it.
Kámo.
This is why you want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible.
Kadavra to má, kámo, on hraje 10 mečů denně, on to má. No 10 mečů za Outlavem, jsem slyšel, že hrává, kámo, on to má.
And it ain't going well. He's picked up a third, the first
Nats
two
s Vandalem.
and now the recovered rifle working wonders.
Nice head kill, Nats.
Well, that strategy might have to be repeated the next time out. Finally, Nats will go down, but so does Kata.
I think that single gun completely changed the round. An aggressive start, solid stun.
Klasický solo entry k hovnu. Díky boy dotrounuli. Oh, 3-9, ty debile, co sranej. Poučíme, to chceme to kolo hodně. Rozložil Ascendy.
You see 3 players there fighting you. You think maybe you should rotate pretty quickly, but that ends up being Nats's demise. 7-4. Team Liquid.
Ale to se možná bude mít těch 40% headshot rate, kamo. On se netrefí, nebo on musí nějakou šťastnou hlavu.
Kamik co dělal? Kamik v tom stál, vole, viděl jsi to?
Huge performance from Team Liquid with early aggressive util on A, and they have
Jo, měl Magnum 48%. 1,5 KD 48% je percentage. Vždycky všude. Já ho miluju, kamo. Týpek na rozhovoru před zápasem řekl, že nikdy nebyl v Berlíně, nikdy nebyl v aréně, nikdy nehrál před lidma a nikdy nebyl v bootcampu. A Team Liquid. To je náš hráč. Let's go. Lock in, kamo.
Jak jsme na ten IGL byl za absence?
Brody. Mohl tam být Mickey, jo, no. Do 40 HP dobrých, ale... Co mu dal, ale jako... A má hroznou životní formu, jako... No ani jeden, kámo. A Kadabra možná. Nice. Nice! Šestičko! Ne. Bacha do CT.
Kamek musíš, kámo.
The spike can't run back, can't cross and move to C without going straight through Kamek. It has managed to slip out
ta confidence je jako...
surrounded, and a shock dart to take him down from the grave.
Jako hezky na statistiku to zahrál seriál, ale čekal bych hodně větší konference na to, že má 1,5 KD, ale... Jak mu dal bombu, aby přeportil ten angle, mohli plantit se. Jak chtěl vidět vojsko, by si to kolnul ten seriál, nebo ten kick-off, ale... Nebo nás ještě mohl nos, teďka mu, ale... Se kurva, tak počkej, vole. Tam na stejným tlačítku. Počkej, to je buy round už, tohle už je ticho. Zase ten close, vidíš to? Ale kurva, tohle to vidím každý den, to prostě vím do piči, že je lepší, vole, než to ty zmrdí. Já nevím, to je piči, já kam mu jako v chatu prostě emot, který nevím, jakoby, co vlastně vyjadřuje, vole. Jestli se fakt něčemu smějete, nebo že jakoby... Chápeš?
Ještě tenhle emot, když on nepixel udělal nějaký...
To je to, co mi poslala mamka, kámo, jako gif do Messengeru. Přísám, že tohle je prostě Messenger. Zamík 2! Tohle farmil reakce.
Main thing that can work in their favor here is time. Walking into the trip won't help. Minny is going to go through this. The cavalry has arrived alongside him. Liquid is to play up close. I think they've misread how far forward these players on Gentle Mates have gone. They wanted the close angle onto
Ne, není to easy. Není to easy.
You don't really expect him to win.
Kamo, Kadabra těch damage hrál moc, podle mě.
The goal is delay. The goal is to make sure that
Před stejný pattern měli kamo.
Ale pozor tady na tohle, kámo.
Ale kamo jsem...
Is it read by Nats? We've seen this position, but on the other side, back in the
třeba jednou průvne. Jestli to zná?
Ale se stane někdo...
Minny tohle zná.
20 seconds of the move is made, and that kill was everything for Kiko.
Kdo tady hrál Fortnite profesionálně?
And they're ready. Everybody's here. Aftershock in and Zipan swinging with support.
Ty vole, nebo chápeš, ale jako, že do main teamu je to crazy stuff.
Gentle Mates look calm and even confident at this stage. They are swinging for battles and brawls versus pistols.
Kolikrát vysral ten seriál tam, by the way.
They do not give a damn about who's standing on the other side. A kill for Nats will garner his ult, will give them information. But what does that information tell you? Okay, they are spread across the map.
Great, go action on that. For Mates, that has been really nice to see on this defensive side. Crazy over rotations. Both players were long. Kiko manages to find both kills as a result. Rifle recovered. And mates, they might not over-rotate, but both players dying on B leaves a real problem in the late round. Zipan, well, he was surrounded, but it was a 1v1 with Nats that he lost the time.
Běžná je Bobovi za mě, okamžitě. Razer Orchid, typek hraje celý život Cypher Viper. A oni ho vezmou, ale dají ho na něco, co v životě nehrál. Podívej se na nějaké losty, vole, tam s nožíkem prostě chodí. Bohužel jeho tým ho potahá, no.
Three players stepping up in unison, and that couldn't be worse for Click. The trap gets put up right in front of his eyes. At least it won't surprise him, I suppose, but if he was just 2 steps further ahead.
One of the worst things.
Oh man, what's that?
Nats has the spike. So if he was literally ahead of that, the spike's on the ground, and there's 3 players having to run back towards you. Well, the dash is just bait. They were very ready for some tricky positions. Camo willing to sacrifice himself.
Even passive on A. They can rotate in and again be much heavier stacked up elsewhere.
Dobrý kilo, zostaneš tam out, Camo.
It's towards the C site.
Vyčuráci vyjebaný.
Nice. Every time under this pressure. Kata having snuck in along was in a good spot, but Kiko pulls it right back. Nats sneaking through, catches 2, and now it's Kata with it all to do. He's left the spike behind him. That's not ideal, but he has the ult if he wants it. I think just could have grabbed it. Stuck down. He's on the defensive side, so you know.
Tady se rozpouští 50 000 normálně.
Mates to be back on the attack, Tom. It was a much better side for them, but Mates had that.
To je rychlý kolo do Miniho.
They had the aggression, they had the spike, it didn't work out. Now for Liquid, they're going right back to the C site, feeling perhaps
nice, Mini. Kámo, prostě do jeho sajtu. Ještě mu dal za 120, za 130 mu dal. Ježiši, uklikl se tentokrát, nebo ne? Možná jo. Ty vole.
Team Liquid 11-11, the comeback, it seemed possible, but
it's got to start to dawn on you.
Tested the B side blindly all too often, and there has been space there. Click. Oh, he's pushed out by the salvos, and Nat's ready and waiting. But Minny steps in to fill the space with Kata. 2 kills and the advantage back for them. Kamek for a double, and it's Kiko.
Minny žije, kamo.
He's picked up the first of the 1v4.
Chilluju, Minny žije.
Has some space towards the A site. Perhaps a plan from this situation.
Kamerka náví, že není nám.
I mean, even then, though, kind of wants a pick to make this look doable.
Tam má trapu na Bčku ještě, nemůže je píknout mid ani. Teďko ji zničí. To by dojebal, by ji zničil, vole.
Obviously still having the expectation, like Zipan has been late on A almost every single round, and now the place he smoked is the place they're looking to push through. Other side has been smoked off, maybe considering where they are. He's heard the steps. That will at least give the game away for one of the players. Spam doesn't connect and has to be careful. There's a man still in the middle. It took a little bit of time, but mates have got there in the end. They are on map point.
Set hamster mím stále žije už půl roku.
Game to play. That's twice that Nats has had a pop.
Nic, káčko, jdi na deathmatch pomalu už, jakože klikovo místečko. Kliko nezdává místo, prej.
They've known this as well. Zipan has been holding on to that A site unless there's been a push. Now with no ultimates other than from the shadows.
Tenhle angle jako známe. Nevadí, OT price. OT price. Ten Kiko má zase 22 kg na Omenovi, jebe.
Oh, Kiko even gets hit by the Rolling Thunder just to buy them that extra time, Kamek. He's got a shorty.
He's going for a knife. He's going for a knife. I guarantee it. I guarantee. This is literally Panatek just trolling. He's shouting at him across the stage. Oh my god. There is some real bite to this matchup.
And try to steal that space out from under Team Liquid while applying all this pressure.
Oh, double lurk, masivní.
This is a great read from the attack of
masivní double lurk. Cože on vyhrál proti Natsovi?
Finally click in with the opening pick, and that should get them a plant.
Very worried if it doesn't. Serial now has to deal with the same fate potentially. Nice shot.
They don't know about the second.
Yeah, but it's whether or not Kada actually swings first and actually gets
To je závěrnes, ty hajzle.
Kada is there. Just by the TP again. Kiko seems to get so much space from absolutely nothing, but it's
Župan.
2 quick kills through the smoke and only Kiko standing. He'll go down.
Paranoja.
A tak ty
stresová.
ten obvěz.
Ho neviděl? Viděl, doufám. Co dělá?
Nevím, urval jednoho, I guess.
Will go down because of it. And as said, a lot of the time he has been that.
Ale to je dobrý hold na midu.
The thing is though, mates are not just sitting pretty, they are walking up mid.
Seriál čmuchá, kámo.
Ty piče, tady zase zajede, já už nevím, prosím, ale můžeme hrát na něho? A seriál se bojí skurvená děvka, pičo.
Jo.
3 versus 4 and steps heard towards the A side. Guess who's holding down
později, kdyby jí dal trošičku později.
Prosím, pojď. Dobrý stан, pičo.
They don't know what they're running into. That stun was beautiful.
Seriál 9-20.
Pozor, je to Kejko, pozor, je to
Kejko. Tooth and nail for this map and they've got it. Many thanks to Minny for that accolade. 14-12. We'll go all the way to Icebox.
Easy.
It's been a close one. Mates moving quickly towards this A site. They've already ran into the nano, but that won't slow them down. Quickly filling in around the backside and
Lentíme.
Ježiš. To je Magor.
Co ti jebe?
Nice. Kámo, to je inci do styku, jako ten Magor jak svině.
What the fuck?
Nedávajme kluky s tím nacu, prosím.
Není na killjoy, kámo, to je cinema, ale.
We've definitely seen some of the individual brilliance that we know he's had in his locker this whole time.
Takhle slyšet chat? Kámo, netrůmě to. Já se rozehrám ty komiky.
Že je žlutá, kamo. A je nám to k píči asi. Co dělá? Kamo.
Seriál, vole.
On píknul, ale no, tak to jak chci vydrapit.
Netflix. To je škoda, nožičky pojeban.
Prostě nezabij 2, kamo, jako Kejko. Ty pičo.
Honza skok.
I can't believe he's won that and a 4v2. Liquid are going to be kicking themselves.
Is he found a way for the KO to actually be made out of metal? Like, because at the moment it seems like he's being sprayed and just is not dying. There's like a final sound on. Oh.
Máme ještě rakety, vole.
Little bit too quick on the trigger.
Refrag máme?
Even still though, comes back to finish the job. Quick trade. Adesek nowhere to
Kámo, počkej, ukáž refrag toho prvního killu.
They're spotted on back A. It's not going to convince them to blitz B, but they've already made the call to switch in that direction.
Call the one player, so very much still potential, but Quick's going to be there to at least clear the majority of the space. And while for Nats, it needed to be a miracle play to get anything from there. Salvos will deny the more of default of plant spots, but inevitably it's quite comfortable.
Ale je zbog dobrá sova fotbalem.
Jo, já ji vidím hodně často hradají ty na týmy. Není to tak, že by kámo umřela.
Se hraje i na rankeru dobře, no, ty mohl zrovna, ale. Liquidi umírají, doufám.
Jo, všichni.
Koukám na to, dobrá Bucky, kamo. Get ready.
Se nechá vybouchnout.
Ty bych to ztratil, vole.
Šikada tam je ale jako na velkým ultu.
Titulky.
Já se chtěl jít rozhrát, ale já nechci hrát, já se chci dívat.
Nechceš to?
Nechci hrát, chci se jenom dívat.
Já mám mezi kolama, dělej.
Kámo, klik je ve formě, klik je strašně ve formě.
Kámo,
proč pikujeme předtím, chlapi? Proč pikujeme předtím? Ale klik neudělal nic špatně, ale proč pikujeme před ultinou?
Ale nemůžeš glazovat, kámo, jeho tým.
Proč pikujeme před ultinou? Můžeme to vysvětlit? Proč pikujeme před ultinou? Můžeme to kurva vysvětlit?
Strašné.
Dobré, tak.
There's no way that Gentle Mates are going to find themselves on an eco, of course, not even if they lose this.
Lula, protože Liquid je jedna z největších ork a je jim to jedno, jakoby.
Kurva, mě tady někdo něco stavuje, nebo já nevím, jestli se kapším.
Na streamuješ webku možná, že?
Jdu to tady vyřešit.
Had a snake bite, buys them a little bit of space, and the stun is good. The Armageddon now fired in will pull them into the open, but with the Viper wall up, there's no way to punish on that deep flash by Kamek. They should know that he could be through this wall. He definitely had to be close to be right-clicking the flash in, and they're checking it, aware of it, and Camo finds the kill as a result. Zipan, as the wall falls, looks for a duel back in the other direction, but the trades keep it in favor of Team Liquid. Rotate as well when Nat's coming in. Viper's Pit not likely to be used, but maybe now. With Patatek falling and pressure on for Syria. A tough few fights, but this round stepping up for the double and leaving Minny to do it all. But in clutches he's been good. This time Nats is there on top of the rope.
Mám dát na tvoji webku tvůj gameplay, kamarádě, já fakt nejsem.
From them seeing Kamek and the spike being on the ground. Instead though click is lost, but Zipan's position makes this one tough.
Nevolkuje jen ten Magor. Nice Zipan. Kamo, to mám furt s tím nožíkem, proč ho furt chytáme do ruky?
Nice kill.
Minny has done a remarkable job. That's
dobrá, moc deadmatchů hrál, vole.
Hoď to tam, Minny musí.
Co je vytrosky?
Pozor na ten plant, kamo. To je takový skurvený gum, kamo, jako zabil.
Easy. Kámo, toho neuplatí v těch Gentle Mates, ti říkám, vole.
Jako aspoň trojnásobnej, ne, pětinásobnej plat, čo jde za...
Co se stalo?
Jejko. Jejko se stalo.
Já se poseru.
Exactly what he needed. Oh, hello. It's a good job the refract's online there.
There's so much chaos. I don't even get a moment to breathe without something ridiculous happening. Kiko has given them hope in a round where there was none. 4 pistols still stand where there was 5 to begin with. And unfortunately, collecting the rifles is a no-go. Sending through the salvos to try and clear the player. While using utility. They do need someone to find a kill to get them back. At least level.
Oh, this fight for mates!
Come on.
Serial's done so well! Armageddon's put through! It's gonna slow this one way down, and for Team Liquid, this round is clearly feeling winnable. Patatek has snuck around the back of the boxes and himself and Serial.
Reálie, vole. Deadmatche!
Ne, to je škoda.
Kámo, 50 000, ale škoda mohlo být už.
Throw everything in this round just to try and make sure they get through it, keep their economy strong. That's the most important thing. Well, for the opponents, they're still on the edge a little bit. They've had to invest the majority. They only got 1 player out of that last round, and when you come up against the full stack, it can be tough.
You should run.
Well, the lockdown in play, there is a lockdown for Serial as well.
Žolotov.
This also guarantees them an orb for the next ult. If they want to pick it up and just basically go, okay, we traded an ult, we have another ult.
Máme za ultiny.
A dobrý učka.
Musíme Vejle ultit na Vejle ultinu, hlavně jinak urvu kokota.
Máme jako hodně dobrý učka, no.
Lockdown to cause issues, and that's exactly what's going to go into play. And sure, Kamek pops ult before, but it's not going to do a whole lot in terms of stopping the lockdown. They still need to respect it. They've managed to
Kada musí tančit, kamo.
Almost avoided staying inside the pit now.
Nice,
a lot of presence all over the site being heard by Kada. They can't find him. They don't know where
nice, Kada. Awesome hayback. Gold, kamo.
Volbenio.
Messi, pičo, movement.
Jako župan má styl hodně ranky teďko, ale tak konečně to něco ale to dělá.
To this weaker buy with aggression, the bookie from Patatek is good for the first. He's going deep for
dobrý.
Díky bohu, že přežil ten kadavra, vole. Bullshit. Přešel mě sníh, kámo. Co ti jebe? Co ti jebe, kámo?
It's caught them way off guard.
It looks so stupid to see, but hey, that couldn't have gone any better. Takes 0 damage. Teammate gets a kill, and there might even be a gun for him to pick back up, although Zipan seems to have the idea. Down, they have...
Župánku, pojď ty vole. Počkej, on není ever. Župan. Kde to je plentví? Na piču plant. A rakety máme za jak dlouho, dobrý molík. Rakety, prosím.
Máme čas?
Za jak dlouho rakety. Molotov tam hoď, neumírej.
Nice!
Nice! Rakety!
Nice!
Zahrál jak pán s molotovíkem. Ceníme.
Good timing, good read, and it's very difficult to counter that on the other side through the nano that was sent in to destroy some util and, well, maybe cause some problems. Serial does well here, landing himself the first. The spike down on the floor, and so is Kevin. Numbers thinning out for Mates. Liquid trailing by 4, but they're starting to pick up the pace now towards the end of the half. 7-5 still possible. Great crossfire in the spawn as well. If Minny pushes that door, he was dead. To Kiko alongside Patatek. Kiko goes hunting out on the site and finding free kills. This is looking much better for Team Liquid.
They really cannot afford to let slip. Click. No idea.
Nice, dobrý slip.
Ale no.
As you can see, Minny's had his moments. Spike in hand, he's been spotted.
Informace. Pozbíral informace.
Počkej, Minny.
Ne, co to je za ofengo?
Bych chtěl 8-4, kámo.
Nevadí, ten se to rozběhne, kámo.
Last time out, Nats was isolated when he was in this position. It's understandable that he is just going to give up that spot. Not worth fighting for it. Just look how much utility sent in. Nice. But the trades come back thick and fast. Kiko.
Ne, zádička.
Pojďme. Zipanos, ty jsi dobrý, kámo. Kiko bys nedaří teďka. Mají paranoju, mají dešiček na mají Ečko na Kde máme rakety? 10.
Paranoia still up, smoke for the spike already. That's putting pressure on. 6 seconds till salvos, but Zipan has to fight. And that's the utility now removed. One piece at least. Kamek bought himself a bit more time, and Paranoia was used back yellow. They don't know where he is, but being forced to spam, thinking they're on the spike.
Vyhráváme? Ne, vyhráváme, lezeme. Počkej, nemá čas, ne?
Já nevím.
Já jsem taky nekoukal.
To je o milimetr, kamo.
Nemá.
Do piči!
Je to dobře.
Pistols have been cursed so far this series, but they won the first and 3 rounds followed. They do the same again. They're at match point.
Pistolky, chlapi, pistolky.
That's the only pick for Gentle Mates so far. He's tagged desperately low. Down to 4 HP. Forced to fall back in the side.
Big true.
Push in, not gonna work out for Kiko though, and so numbers back to square footing, but it's Minny being so low that makes this a difference.
Do další hry je v 15 prehrajem, Alešek říkal.
Nice!
Au, kurva, irrej pech kokot.
Máme 2-1 HP, klikus! Dám to do ražou! Pojď jedno!
Nice! Jsme doma. Aleš, kolik penízků už se ti tady generuje?
Well, from not having hands to having their opponents in a chokehold, quite an impressive turnaround from Gentle Mates. Camo's got to be fuming.
Porozíče takhle vyšukali, jo.
And Team Liquid, player down already. Nats has been spotted having pushed all the way up in middle. Minny is just closing in the gap.
Nice, Minny.
It's Minny, a 3-piece. By for Liquid, of course. The consequences of their actions. That's not going anywhere other than
it's going swimmingly. There needs to be a backbreaker. There needs to be someone on this Liquid squad.
Minny tam má mamku, to nevím, chlapi.
Mám.
In the last map,
to je insane, actually.
Finally, they've managed to punish. Look at where Click was, by the way. You can see where he died on the map. That was such an aggressive early push, but you can see what this squad, what they have got to. I said earlier in the map, when they get rolling, they don't stop. And that's what they continue to do. They push the boundaries more and more and more. and it takes someone shutting them down to maybe finally.
My jsme tvoje familia, Vašku.
I think it's as simple as if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And last round, he pushed up, got a kill for free. He's gonna say, okay, are you gonna give me that gap again? They're pushing in off the back of another kill, traded out this time, but still leaving Team
Budu ti fandit proti NXT Gaming.
Ne, ty ten mír.
But instead, Team Liquid given a moment to breathe, a 1v3 and Minny caught with his knife out. That's about the only way to stop him from winning a press. They don't need to, but Gaming started to step a little deep. Looks like he'll tuck in though.
Should be something that we're well aware of. Looks like a retake setup. Camo looking to clear now, there you go. Maybe a little bit of an overface from Kamek. The rest of the team, it does seem almost telegraphed that they're playing this one for a retake, but he's ahead of the curve, looking for those fights. Mentioned the potential overconfidence, and these sort of rounds look quite easy.
Retakujeme.
We've seen many around turn on its head. It's not pretty.
Ale klikamo, V3V5 za piči, WTF.
Well, getting back
to stalo?
This is going to be incredibly
utili jsme 3v5.
Vím, že na ten damage já jsem moc locked in, kam a pak se nedívám, vole.
That's too far back to be caught by it though, and with utility still on the spike and time ticking away. Salvo's still online.
4v5 to bylo actually, sorry.
This is cementing the round for Team
Liquid,
and with Kata picked off, it's a little more costly. Zipan gets out. They'll save that weapon for the next, but Team Liquid.
Čau Zdendo, jsem říkal, že Subway jsou jenom chybí, no. Minny do Toronto posypal s kamo. Jezdíme! Jezdíme! Za 2, vole, co je?
Z okýnka tam vyskočil, vole.
Jo, to jsou ty updaty, kámo, Iceboxový, vole, to je úplně nová mapa, vole. A jaký hero killjoy, kámo, to není náhoda, vole.
Armageddon now with the orb, but I think he was going to get an orb either way. Come hell or high water, mates. 5. Like, look at the stack on back A side.
Počkej, zabijte toho Poláka, vole.
Ale Paty tak je nějak ticho.
Jo.
To put around on the board.
They've also got to be wary. That's the thing. This becomes less about, okay, what's our plan? What are we doing? And more about what are mates going to do? Like, what are they going to push? What ground are they going to take? How are they going to make this difficult for us? And this is the thing we saw this setup before, where it's an early, aggressive start to the round. It's already a kill, and another comes up for click. A beautiful setup. They were ready for a player not to be allowed to move away from that convergence path, and now the attackers, they've got to react. They've got to try and take space elsewhere. They're trying to head to A.
The deep salvo
combo napadne, že bude nějakou agropičovnou. Kajo ultina. Ať nemůže smokovat.
Is the name of the game for Gentle Mates. Turret still watching their back, and the rest of the squad looking firmly forward. Now
double peek, nevadí.
That lets them just run straight through on the mate side.
Ty vole, jsme doma, chlapi!
So often in
this
series, it's 13-6.
Ty vole.
Jako nebudu hákat po splitu, jak jsem viděl, jak tam hráli, tak už jsem tomu nevěřil.
Absolutní nádhera. Minny by viděl 30k, Aleškovi 40, vole.